Imagine gripping a steering wheel that costs more than your house, feeling your spine compress under 5 Gs, and hearing the scream of a turbo-hybrid engine that could shatter silence from a mile away. This isn't just driving. It's surviving, reacting, and performing at the edge of human capability. This is what it's really like to drive a Formula One car. 1. Neuschwanstein Castle, fantasy made real. Let's start with a place that practically forces you to believe in fairy tales. Neuschwanstein Castle. Perched on a rocky hill in the heart of Bavaria with the Alps as its backdrop, this castle looks like something plucked from a storybook. King Ludwig II built it as his personal escape, inspired by the operas of Richard Wagner, and the result is pure fantasy in stone. From the outside, soaring towers and turrets reach for the sky, and inside, luxurious interiors like the Grand Throne Hall and Singers' Hall feel more Broadway than medieval. Visiting isn't just about seeing a building, it's about stepping into Ludwig's dream. As you walk the corridors, you can almost hear Wagner's music echoing off the wall murals. Then you emerge onto the Marienbrücke Bridge for the iconic view. Neuschwanstein framed by pines and mountains, waterfalls crashing beneath you. It's no wonder that millions flock here year-round. Summer brings emerald forests and bright skies, winter blankets everything in snow, and autumn bathes the scene in gold. If you close your eyes, you might swear a golden coach is coming over the hill. But beyond the cinematic beauty, there's something human in its creation. Ludwig wasn't building for royalty. He was building for his soul. If you've ever craved an escape where beauty outweighs baggage, this place offers that escape. And yes, lines can get long, but trust me, the moment you see it in person, the wait becomes part of the memory. Fantasy, history, architecture, and nature. Neuschwanstein gives you all four at once. Second, Brandenburg Gate, Berlin, symbol of unity. Next, we zip to the beating heart of Berlin, Brandenburg Gate. Built in 1791, this monumental neoclassical gate stood witness to empires rising, wars dividing the world, and walls coming down, ultimately becoming a global symbol of unity. Atop its columns sits the quadriga, a chariot drawn by 4 horses representing victory. But over time, the gate has come to represent something far deeper: reunification, peace, and resurgence. In the days of the Cold War, East and West Berlin circled it like wary giants. After 1989, when the wall dropped and reunification began, it turned into a stage for celebration and healing. Walking across Pariser Platz today, you'll feel alive with contrasts. On one side, diplomatic buildings and sleek embassies. On the other, buzzing cafes, street performers, and wide boulevards. Gaze through the gate and the Reichstag building appears, with its glass dome letting you peer down on the city. Except this dome used to stand in the shadow of secrecy. Now Berlin dances under it in broad daylight. But Brandenburg Gate isn't just architecture. It's mood. With every season, it reflects Berlin's pulse. Summer evenings see open-air concerts and crowds gathering beneath its stones. Autumn dusk casts long shadows across its columns. In winter, frost outlines the sculptures in silver. It's less about what's built and more about what's lived there. History contained within a frame of stone, standing defiantly calm and timeless. 3. Romantic Road, Germany's most beautiful road trip. If you've ever dreamed of driving through medieval postcard scenes, Germany's Romantic Road is your dream come true. Stretching over 350 kilometers from Würzburg in the north to Füssen in the south, this scenic highway connects bakeries, vineyards, half-timbered houses, and castle views, all flavored with old-world charm. Picture starting in Würzburg with its Baroque residence, frescoed ceilings, and elegant staircases. As you head south, vineyards roll into hilltop towns like Rothenburg, Ob der Tauber, and Dinkelsbühl, where half-timbered homes seem straight out of storybooks, and cobblestone lanes shine with centuries of footsteps. At Rothenburg, You can walk atop the town's walls, duck under portcullis gates, and pause in cozy squares with frothy mugs of beer or rich local wine. Then, the road continues to Dinkelsbühl, surrounded by intact medieval ramparts, tower gates, and a sense of quiet magic. Locals wave from windows, and the aroma of pretzels and wood smoke drifts through lanes. Approaching the end, Fussen appears under the Alps' snowy silhouette. There, Neuschwanstein Castle looms again. Only this time, seen from the road, it's as if the landscape is leading you there. The journey is seasonal too. In spring, fields glow with blossoms. Summer turns vineyards lush green. Fall brings fiery foliage. And in winter, towns sparkle under holiday lights. What makes the romantic road so special is its pace. You don't just pass through. You breathe it in. Stop at local cafes. Meet vintners who pour their life into wine glasses, or rent a bike and pedal through quiet valleys. This is a way of traveling that slows you down even as the road stretches on. It's living travel, felt in every kilometer. 4. Cologne Cathedral, Gothic grandeur that took 600 years. Cologne. Cathedral doesn't just rise from the skyline, it dominates it. This isn't just architecture, it's ambition immortalized in stone. Over 600 years in the making, every flying buttress, spire, and sculpture speaks to a time when craftsmanship meant centuries of devotion. Step inside, and you're met with an atmosphere so still, it feels like the walls are holding their breath. Light filters through 13th century stained glass like divine technicolor, washing the floor in reds, blues, and golds. And just behind the high altar, the shrine of the Three Kings, believed to hold the bones of the biblical magi, makes this one of the most significant pilgrimage sites in Europe. Then, there's the climb. If your legs are up for it, 533 steps take you above the city where the air tastes like history and the view stretches past the Rhine River into forever. And if you time it right, during winter, the entire plaza glows with one of Germany's best Christmas markets. Twinkling lights, steaming mulled wine, and the scent of roasted almonds. Cologne Cathedral isn't just a church. It's a cathedral of time itself. 5. Zugspitze, on top of Germany. Almost 3,000 meters above sea level, Zugspitze isn't just the highest peak in Germany. It's a place where the sky gets greedy and tries to steal your breath. Getting there is an experience all its own. A high-speed cable car sweeps you from green meadows to frozen wonderland in minutes. And once you're at the summit, it's not just the view that leaves you speechless. On a clear day, you can see into Austria, Switzerland, and even Italy. A four-country panorama that feels like the edge of the world. But Zugspitze isn't just about sightseeing. There's a year-round glacier where you can ski even in summer, an ice cave, and cozy alpine huts serving up hot chocolate strong enough to resurrect a snowman. Below the mountain, Lake Eibsee shimmers like a turquoise gem, surrounded by hiking trails and snowboarding runs that let you chase adrenaline or serenity, depending on your mood. It's nature's version of choose your own adventure, and every option is spectacular. 6. Hamburg and Speicherstadt, where the past meets the pulse. Hamburg, Germany's gateway to the world. And it wears that title like a second skin. While Berlin screams and Munich struts, Hamburg hums. It's smooth, salty, and endlessly soulful. And nowhere is that vibe more alive than in Speicherstadt. Picture a maze of towering red brick warehouses rising from canals, built on timber piles over 100 years ago. Back then, this was the treasure chest of Europe, where spices, tea, and coffee from every corner of the globe were stored. Even today, if you wander the cobblestone paths in the golden evening light, you can almost smell the cinnamon and pepper hanging in the air. But these buildings hold more than cargo now. They hold stories. Inside, you'll find places like Miniature Wonderland, the largest model railway on Earth. It's not just a train set, it's an obsession. Cities, airports, festivals, all built in miniature, all alive with tiny moments. Then there's the Spice Museum, equal parts history, curiosity, and a sensory overload. Ever sniffed 500-year-old cloves? It's like inhaling the Silk Road. But Hamburg doesn't live in the past. Just across the harbor stands the Elbphilharmonie. Locals call it the Elfie. It looks like a shimmering glass wave rising out of an old brick warehouse. And that's exactly what it is. It's modern meets maritime, and it's stunning. Inside, it gets even better. The acoustics in the concert hall are so perfect you can hear a pin drop, even in the back row. Whether it's a whispering cello or a thundering symphony, every note wraps around you like velvet. And if you're not into classical music, just head up to the plaza. The views of the port and skyline are unreal, because that's the soul of Hamburg. The sea isn't just nearby, it's in everything. You feel it in the wind along the harbor, in the hum of container ships and tugboats, in the taste of freshly grilled fish at the Sunday fish market. Take a harbor tour and you'll see Europe's third largest port in action. It's industrial ballet. Massive cranes move like clockwork. Ships glide silently between steel giants. It's gritty. It's beautiful. And when you've had your fill of the sea, retreat to the Ulster Lakes. Calm, reflective, and peaceful. Joggers, rowboats, espresso on the waterfront. It's the city's heartbeat at rest. But Hamburg isn't all tranquility. Head to the Reeperbahn and the city shifts again. Neon lights, rock clubs, theaters, and wild nights. The Beatles played here before they were big, and their spirit still lingers in the clubs and dive bars. Each neighborhood has its own flavor. Schanzenviertel is edgy, artistic, alive. Karolinenviertel? Indie fashion, street food, and creativity on every corner. It's a place where tradition and rebellion live side by side. And it works. That's the beauty of Hamburg. It's a city of contrasts. Historic warehouses next to glass cathedrals. Tranquil lakes next to roaring ports. Sophisticated, yet unpretentious. It never begs for attention. It earns it. Hamburg is urban elegance with sea spray in its hair. A place where you can lose track of time and find yourself in the process. And if you let it, Hamburg will do more than show you its sights. It'll tell you its story. Saxon Switzerland, Germany's forgotten fairy tale. Saxon Switzerland. The name alone feels like a riddle, but the reality is even more surprising. Located near Dresden, this national park isn't in Switzerland at all. It was just named by Swiss painters who were homesick and struck by how the landscape reminded them of back home. And who could blame them? Massive sandstone cliffs rise like ancient stone castles above winding trails. The Bastei Bridge, suspended between towering rock formations, gives you a front-row seat to a view so surreal it doesn't feel real. Below, the Elbe River snakes through the valleys, and around every bend, there's something unexpected. A hidden chapel, a panoramic lookout, or a quiet boat waiting to drift you into the silence of the gorge. This place is built for hikers, climbers, and daydreamers alike. Saxon Switzerland isn't just a national park. It's a fantasy world that somehow never got the memo that reality was supposed to tone it down. Germany isn't just one destination. It's a dozen worlds packed into one incredible country. From cathedral spires and alpine summits to red brick warehouses and sandstone bridges, every stop is a completely different adventure stitched together by one idea: awe. So, which of these spots made your jaw drop? Let us know in the comments. And if you're dreaming of travel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because we're taking you around the world, one unforgettable video at a time.